Is this working? All right. Hello. Welcome very much to the LTV. This is a great studio. Came here last week to see a couple of performers, and it was brilliant. We only keep up the good work here. Josh and Mike are doing a great job. Now what we've got to do is do a great job here for you. And that's what we're here tonight doing. Basically, this whole performance will be celebrating the repertoire of Nantucket Sleighride, of Mountain and West Bruce and Lang. Just to brief you now. That's just a briefing. It's all right. Come along, Mike. Yeah, absolutely. And can I get some more highs on my mic? It seems a bit muddy. Got a little more, yeah, thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Hudson back there, because he needs it. All right. Yeah, get ready, baby. All right. So then this next song is a request. It's about a band that broke up years ago. You may remember them. They were called Cream. And this song was about the band breaking up. And Jack Bruce recorded it first, and then Felix Pappalardi and Mountain recorded it later on. And we're going to play it for you now. Theme from an imaginary Western.
The wagons leave the city for the forest, further on. Painted wagons in the muddy, dusty roads where they have gone. Darkness that the summer coming home, falling faces by the wayside, as if they might have known. That they play, and the fires that they started, and the girl, no regret. Sometimes they found it, sometimes they kept it, often lost it, coming home.
right. Peter Barron, the vocals. I'll introduce the rest of the band when I get to know them, okay? But right now, Peter's doing vocals. Yeah, it's great to see you guys. This is a song that Leslie and Felix wrote together. Yeah, I don't know if you know the band Mountain, but you'll get to know them hopefully at the end of this show, because I'm going to tell you a lot about them. Leslie and Felix were symbiotic brothers. They connected on all kinds of musicalities, and like Felix would say, you know, our relationship is based on trust and understanding. He doesn't trust me, and I don't understand him. It worked because they were great. Anyways, the name that Felix gave to Leslie was The Toad, which I can't believe Leslie would co-write the song, but he did. The song is called The Animal Trainer and the Toad, and Felix would, in this case, be the animal trainer training the toad. Here's the thing about this song. We've never, ever played this song on stage, but we're going to do it now. And I'd like you to wish us a lot of luck, because we do need it. Anyways, here it goes. Exactly where we wanted to go. We started to play, started to say, the animal trainer and the toad. The time would come, we'd have it so fun, making them all go. And then today, decided to say, animal trainer and the toad. Thank you so much. Wow. That's the first time we ever performed it, and it's the first time we ever got an applause. So this worked. This worked out really well, actually. I'm going to carry on way back. I don't know if you remember the whole Woodstock thing. You guys weren't born yet, I know, but a couple of things happened back in '69. There was a song that I was in love with this girl, and at the time, she lived in Montreal. Canada. So did I at the time, actually. So I joined Mountain the summer of '69, and I wrote this song about going back to the mountain. In this case, it was Mount Royal, Montreal. And so the song is sort of back. Anyways, the song is called My Lady. It was one of those romantic songs that you write when you're just romantic. But I was only 12, so I don't know how romantic you could be at 12, but I was. The song is called My Lady, and I know that Peter liked the song, so he said, do you mind if I sing it? And I went, no, I don't mind at all. Peter's going to sing it for you, right, Peter? Yeah. He's got all right.
I'm gonna try.
Here we go, My Lady, going back to the mountain. There we go. One. Hold on, give me a second. All right, here we go. 1, 2.
Sailing on her silver wings, with hands that move a little tree, alive and bending in a raging storm, and my lady heartbeat in my world, my heartbeat, my lady lives for me. Wrapped up in dreams, she wears like pearls. She dances to music that I play for her. And the lady's the softness in my world. And the lady's the softness in my world. Coming back my lady waits for me. My lady waits for me. And ribbons in her colored shirt, all she imaged for my days, and both we living that she's living on for me. My lady hears every note I play, and my lady, she hears every note I play. All filled with all the things she made by her. My songs are filled with all her rhymes. My heart is filled with all the things that
It's lovely. It's just lovely. Thank you, Peter. You know what? I have to introduce over there, way over there, on keyboards, Ken Satati, please, on keyboards. And all kinds of things. There you go. And over here on bass, Mr. Joe Nerve on bass over here. Joe, we love Joe. Yeah. So here's the deal. Here's the deal right here. We're gonna pick it up a bit. This is a song that we wrote a while back, Leslie and I wrote, called "Don't Look Around." It's kind of like the same thing. I'm not getting political, but it's sort of the same thing that's going on in the Democratic Party. You know, don't look around, don't look back. It's all forward. We were way ahead of our time in the band. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, always moving. You have to do that when you're a musician. You guys are out there. You don't look back. There's always ahead of you. Anyways, this is called "Don't Look Around," and Peter's going to sing it again. We're putting Peter on a lot of stress here, I got to tell you, but he's handling it very badly. I'm kidding. You're not kidding. All right, what's the riff? You know, I got to tell you, please forgive me. It's 150 years I've been on the road. Every now and then I forget the intro. You know? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mr. Corky Lang.
I know it's kind of indulgent. It's kind of indulgent to come out front, but very quickly I just want to say I spent 50 years, in the back, way on back in the back. So when I had the chance to do it, to come up front, I'm going to take advantage of it because I do want to get closer to you. Seriously, I'm not a homo and it's not into that shit, but I like to get close to the audience. It's my pleasure. It really is a great thing. And again, I think, who was it? Somebody said, Corey, what happened? How did it all go down that you're up here, doing this in front of you? And it goes a while back. Quickly, way back in the 60s, they had the British invasion that came over to Montreal to get their papers. All the Who, the Hendrix, the Cream, they all had to come to Canada to get their immigration papers. They had to go to Canada. And in Canada, they came to Montreal. And in Montreal, we had a studio downstairs that was 24 hours partying out there. So what happened is we had a band called Energy, and they had to hire us to be on the show. You had to hire a Canadian act to be on an international show. So there we were on stage with the Who, Hendrix, Cream. The name of the band was Energy. So needless to say, we needed a lot of it because we were opening for the big ones. Nobody paid attention to us, but the key thing was I paid attention. So when there was a guy named Keith Moon playing drums for the Who, you had to pay attention. Maybe you didn't, I did. But you all know, if you know anything about the Who, he was the Who. He was the was, he was the is, and he was all the was's. I'm just saying, it was amazing. Watching him was like watching, it was a party. It was just an amusement park. He was brilliant. He was really brilliant. So there I was on the stage watching as they played and just going, I want to be him. I don't want to be like him. I want to be him. He just there was so much joy in his playing. And there I was like a 17-year-old boy just going, wow, that's amazing. Point is when he did this show, after the show, I don't know if you remember the Who, they broke up everything. It was pretty wild. People didn't know what was going on. They were smashing guitars and drums. In any case, the show goes on. I go around the stage to go get my drum set, which has been stored under this. And guess what's under the stage? It's this beautiful British flag. The whatever they call it. What's the flag, dude? Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Whatever. The point is that I look at and I figure, he threw it off the stage. He doesn't want it. No, I pick it up and I go, this fits me. I guess Keith didn't want it. So I put it under my coat, and I go back to the dressing room, and I say to the guys, I've got Keith Moon's jacket. Beautiful jacket. They're looking at me. What do you mean? Well, he threw it off the stage. I guess he doesn't want it. And they looked at me. I don't know, Cork. I don't know. Anyways, within 1 minute, in the room next door, in the hockey team rooms, screaming and shouting, God, I forgot my jacket. I'm going to get my jacket. I'm going to go to the stage. He got me jacket. And I walk out out of my room, and I see him there, and he's not wearing any clothes. He's just being pulled back. You can't go out there, Keith. You have no clothes on. And anyways, I got to get to the stage. Oh, my grandma made me jacket. My first tour. Anyways, I see him, and I go, Keith. No autographs now. We go to get me jacket. My grandma made me jacket. Anyways, I said, here it is. I pull it out. You should see his eyes. Came out of his head. He looked at me. I thought I was dead. All right, he looked at, and I go, and he comes at me, and he grabs me by the hand and goes, "You've got me jacket, don't you, mate?" I said, yeah, I thought he was going to kill me. "I can't believe it. I love you, mate. You got me jacket. I love you." And he gives me a great big kiss. Right on the lips, bam. And I went, oh, that felt good. Anyways, so he turns around and he's walking away. "I can't believe I'll never forget you, mate. I'll never forget you." Anyways, he's walking away, and for some reason, I don't know if I had this Canadian guilt or something, but I said, "Keith, I was going to steal it." And I said, "What did I say that for? My God." He turns around. This time, his eyes are really coming out of his head. And he comes and he grabs me. But you didn't, mate, did you? You didn't steal it. You got it, and you gave it. I love you even more. And a bigger kiss right on the lips. Bam! At this point, I thought we had a relationship. It was terrific. And he walks out. He says, I'll never forget you, mate. I'll never. And as it turned out, over the years, when Mountain was touring, we were signed to his record company in England. So we did. We got to hang out, and yeah, we didn't forget. It was really wonderful. But what happens in this whole situation is I was writing with my friends in Energy that played the shows that came in the 60s. And at the time, I fell in love with Nashville Skyline, Bob Dylan's record. I just loved it with Johnny Cash. I really fell in love with writing at that. And I was very lucky because a couple of the songs that I did write way back, I say lucky, that Felix and Leslie really liked for the Mountain record. Of course, they mountainized it. I was like a little folky thing, you know. My lady waits for you. You know, it was sweet. But Leslie got in there. You know, he took his voice, and he made it work. Point is, I really loved writing. So I had the influence of like a Bob Dylan at that point. I had the drumming. So I was a bit conflicted. I must admit, it was kind of like, what am I doing here? And I said, I put something together here. I'm going to play for you now. It took 40 years, maybe 50 at that point. Give me a second to get to my all-consuming mistress over here. These are my babies. I'm going to be right back. Just going. Don't go anywhere. Going. Here we go. We're going up. We're going up here. We're going up. I'm here. Okay. It's all right. You can make noise. You know, these are drums. There's nothing noisier than drums, which I will start now. Just give me a second. It's pretty dry Once upon a time, I dressed so fine. I threw the bums a dime. I was in my prime. People call, say, beware, Corky, you're bound to fall. I thought they were all kidding me. I used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out, but now I don't laugh so loud. Now that he be scrounging my last meal. How does it feel? How does it feel? Be out on your own. No direction home. Like a rolling stone, like a rolling stone, like a rolling stone. To the finest schools, I was lonely, but I only got used to this. Nobody ever taught me how to live out on the street. Now I have to get used to it. I said I'd never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now I realize he ain't selling any alibis. And as I look into his eyes, as I look into the vacuum of his eye, and I say, do you want to make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel? To be on our own, no direction home, like a rolling stone. on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for me. I never understood ain't no good to get other people to get your kicks for me. I used to ride on a chrome horse like a diplomat. I carried on my shoulders a Siamese cat. Woo! Ain't it hard when I discovered that? That's not really where it's at. That's not really where it's at. After he take it from me, everything he could steal. How's it feel? How's it feel? Too bad on your own. Hey, no direction home. No direction home. Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling. Like a rolling. Like a rolling. Like a rolling. Oh, so long. Exchanging all kinds of gifts and things. I'm gonna take the diamond ring. I'm gonna dive it. I'm gonna pawn it. I'm gonna pawn it. I used to be so amused at Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. I go to him, he calls me. I can't refuse. When I got nothing to lose. I'm invisible now. I've got no secrets to conceal. I'm invisible now. I've got no secrets to conceal. I'm invisible now. I'm invisible now. I'm invisible now. Yay! Yay! How's it feel? How's it feel? Yeah, on my own. No direction home. How does it feel? Okay. Can you help me out here? How does it feel? Just sing it back. How does it feel? Come on, help me out. Everybody. How does it feel? A little louder. How does it feel? Come on, help me out, Dave. How does it feel? How does it feel? I'll show you how it feels. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's good. We're working on that. All right. Yeah, keep it coming. It's great. I'm not going to stop. Yeah. All right. At this point, I'd like to feature Peter Barron. He's going to play a piece of work that was our favorite from way back. I'll wait for him to set up. Tell me when you're ready, Peter. This song goes back to the first album, I believe, with Mountain. It was called To My Friend. And I don't know who Leslie was thinking about at the time specifically, but it was dedicated to Felix's dog. He had a bulldog. And Otis was a bulldog, yeah. That was his friend. And anyways, Peter, you let me know when you're ready. This is To My Friend, Peter Barron. Give it up there.
Thank you, thank you. I always loved this song. I got a little history with these guys. I go way back. I started playing with them when I was 17. Jack Bruce walked out one door and I fell in the other one. But it was a good door to fall into, I'll tell you that. Leslie, this is for you.
So what happens is we all fall in love with music, and it doesn't go away. It just gets bigger, brighter, heavier, lighter. And so this song, that we'll play now. We've never performed before, but they wanted to do it. Actually, Peter likes this song. Who do you think should do it? Miley. He thinks Miley. I can't even pronounce it. Yeah, he likes the song. So we're going to play it for you. The song is called Jupiter. Of course, Jupiter represents luck. But it's really, this song is about the passing of a lot of our peers, you know, who, well, it's the whole Nantucket journey, you know, to where they go out there, like the sailors do. You go on the road, but I'll talk to you more about Nantucket Sleighride in a minute. But basically, physically missing the bodies of these people that you write and you play with. I happen to have been very, very lucky to have played with a lot of great people and recorded. It's all luck. It's all luck. But I tell you what I am today. I'm very lucky today to play with these guys, Peter and Ken and Joe. I'll tell you, this. Yeah. It keeps everything alive inside. It really does. Anyways, okay. How we doing, Hudson? Good, okay. It's called Jupiter, or the chorus would keep my loving in your heart. Here you go. Things have changed, not for the better, but that don't mean the best is in the past. All those nights we played together, always thinking that it would last. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Ain't this life so peculiar? It's the kind of life that picks you up and leaves you on the other side, losing faith in all mankind. So when you feel yourself letting go of everything you used to know, just keep my love in your heart. So here we are, alone together. We're holding on to dear life every day. A life so dear to us, you know, it wouldn't matter if anyone or anything tried to get in our way. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Ain't this life so peculiar? It's the kind of life that picks you up and leaves you on the other side, losing faith in all mankind. Oh, when you see yourself letting go of everything you love and know, just keep my love. From here is all that matters. But as long as I've got you here, right here by my side, every day opens up with a brand new morning, and I can see the love light your eyes. Glory, 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 hallelujah. Ain't this life we live so peculiar? It's the kind of life that picks you up, leaves you on the other side, losing faith in all mankind. So when you feel yourself let go of everything, everything you love and know, just keep my love in your heart. Oh, when you find yourself letting go of everything you love and know, just keep my love in your heart. Keep my loving, keep my loving in your heart. All right. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. The guys are Nantucket Sleighride. So the whole thing about Nantucket, who knows what a Nantucket Sleighride is? Oh, good. I can tell you now. What happens way back in the whaling days, hundreds of years ago, the whalers went out in these longboats. They rowed up to the whale. Of course, they went out in the ships, way out into the ocean, way out there. And when they spotted a big whale, they would pull up. They would put the harpoon on a rope, tie it to themselves, and they would get the harpoon and bam! They'd hit the whale with it, one. And the whale turns around and says, "What is this?" And it turns around and they get another one, bam! About 2 or 3 later, by the way, this was all hundreds of years ago. The whales were very valuable, and they were well taken care of. Point being is that these whalers would hold on for dear life as they're going to try to bring this whale home. This is the big one. It's the same thing in the music business. So when we wrote the song way back in the 70s, in those days, you went on the road, and you didn't know what was going on out there. Keeping it was a new business. Rock and roll is not like old. It's new, and nobody knew anything except a few people thought there was some money in it. So they would take these bands, and they'd throw these bands on the road, similar to the whalers going out in the longboats. So what happened is the whale would take these longboats for their ride, and that ride was the Nantucket Sleighride. And these guys would be smashing over, they were holding on for dear life, literally, and they're going, and all of a sudden the whale dives. And who goes with them? The sailors go all the way down. The whalers go under, and they're still holding on underwater. They don't know if they're ever coming back. And that was very similar in those days to putting the rock bands on the road. That's the symbolic part of that. So this song is dedicated to all the brothers and sisters who never made it back from going for the big one, the Nantucket Sleighride.
The black man is playing his tune. No song, sleeping his watch away. He'll be drunk again before. to a place where hearts are beating. And I know you're the last true love I'll ever meet. And I know you're the last true love I'll ever meet. Thank you. I had fun with that. That was really.
All right. There's a little bit of a funny story with that, if you're all right for a minute. This song is called Yastra's Farm. It's named after Max Yasker from Woodstock. And again, you don't remember any of this. You guys weren't born yet, so let's not get into that. The point is, this is true. Way back in 1969, while I was recording Mountain Climbing with Mountain at the studio at the record plant in New York, next door they were mixing the Woodstock live record. A lot of stuff going on at that time, but at the time we get a knock on the door. And it's the producer next door saying, guys, Corky, I need help. We don't have Rick Lee's drum mic or a drum sound because his mic didn't work live at Woodstock. So they had no drum track, basically. And they wanted me to put one on the tape. So they said, Corky, can you take a break and do it? I said, Felix, is that all right? Anyways, I went next door. I sat down and said, okay, guys, what's the story? Well, we need you to put the drums on Rick Lee's kit, or whatever it is, called, and the song is, I'm sorry, I'm a little flistered right now. The song, what is the song called, producer? It's called Going Home. That's it. Going Home. Anyway, so I said, great. Who's the band? They said 10 years after. I said, well, are they a rock? Yeah, they're a rock band. It was new at those days. Anyways, point being, here's the song. How does it go? Going home. See my baby going home. Right? Pretty home. I said, that's cool. How does the chorus go? Going home. See my baby going home. Oh, I get it. It's pretty similar. It's exactly the same. So I said, well, it's a rock band, right? So it's got to break out. What's the middle? Nothing was different. I said, well, I thought that was a piece of cake. It wasn't, because the song went on for about 20 minutes. And I don't know what Alvin Lee was medicated or what, but the song kept on speeding up. So it would start off at this kind of table. Be my baby, don't my take me, right? 5 minutes, take my baby, somebody, eat my baby, 10 minutes, eat that baby, eat my baby. Anyways, kept going, and finally was, and they loved it. I happened to keep up with it. It's great, right? And the guy, Cork, that's great. Come on, we'll sign the papers, and I said, no, I'm going home. Anyway, so that's what I went home. Here's the thing. I go home, and about a month later, there's a knock on my door. And you know what it is? I don't know. It's a big black package, and I open it up. It's a gold record for Going Home. It was like, isn't that great? So I'm 20 years old, I love myself. The point is that I had an apartment in the village, really cool. Had a brick wall. So I don't know if you know, guy. You get the I had a gold record. I'm 20 years old. A gold. I put that gold record right up there. One guy said, oh, Cork, you are terrific. Anyways, I guess 6 months later, another knock. It's another brown package, and I open it up. It's another gold record, and it's for the fact Yasker's Farm. This song was on the live record that Mountain played at Woodstock. So they gave, because I co-wrote the song, and I opened it, I said, I can't believe this, Corky. You got another gold record. And I take that gold record, and I put it beside the other gold record on the brick wall, right up there. And I'm looking at those two gold records from Woodstock, and I wasn't even fucking there. Ah. All right, that's the story. Are you ready for it, guys? There we go. Who am I but you and the sun? It's the slight reflection of everyone. Was it you who let me walk away? Were you the one, or is it we're the same? What are we in life going by? A simple story of a younger life. Old crystal passing, reflected in our hearts, eclipsing all the jealousy and all the jealousy in life. Hey, hey! You see it through. Hey, you're a part of me, baby. I'm a part of you. Oh. Quiet as the voices in that dream. Without your shadow, all the things I've seen. I remember the evening you turned and you walked away. Were you the one, or is it we're the same? I wonder, I can't take a look at it, yeah. Look at me, I believe it's true. You're a part of me, honey. I'm a part of you, all right, yeah, all right. Without you shadowed all the things I see. Remember, you turned and you walked away. Were you the one, or is it with the same? Is it the same? Cheers. I gotta say, I've never played this before, but Peter really does a great job on this. But Ken, you're gonna start off with King's Chorale. Again, Ken on keyboards, and Peter, this is called, what is this called? One Last Cold Kiss. I'm sorry about that. But of course, it's about these swans in Nantucket. You know, somebody, wise guy went out there, beautiful two swans. For years, they were swimming around Pulpus Harbor. And some wise shithead shot one. And as you know, when you have the swans, they never mate again. This is called One Last Cold Kiss, dedicated to those swans. let's not forget the gentleman on the bass, Mr. Joe Nerve. Take a bow, Joe. Yeah, Joe's been in the band for exactly 3 minutes. Yeah, he's doing really great. Right, Joe? All right. Okay, I think we have some requests. I have a friend, Billy, who came all the way from Orient Point, to hear. He made a couple of requests, of which we'd like to use this as a request. It's a West Bruce and Lang song. For those of you who maybe don't remember, when Mountain sort of split up, Leslie and I hooked up with Jack over in England. And as it turned out, we spent a lot of time overseas. So the band really never broke in America and Canada. It's too bad because it was really a lot of fun. And between you, it was a financial pleasure. It really was good. Anyways, what are we doing? Yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm going to say what I read, but I should have done. All right. It's called The Doctor. Whoa! All right. Hey! The doctor said, well, the doctor's got to crying blue. I got no excuses and nothing to lose. In my mind and in my heart that we live two worlds apart. And I know in my mind I can't bear leave you alone and care. All right. Well, the doctor got a shame. Well, I got no excuses because there's nobody to blame. Hey, and I know that my time will come. Anytime I know it's gonna come. In my mind, I can't that we share. All right, get her in there. Take it, Peter. Well, don't you send for the doctor, cause there's no one to blame. Got no excuses, no one to blame, I got no shame. Alright, and I know in my mind and my heart that we live two worlds apart. And I know in my mind I can't do all the things that we can't get. Send for the thank you, kid. George, I got a couple more here. I'd like to take just a quick second to thank the leader of the whole band, the leader of everything. I would like to say the leader in my life, but then she'll take the bank account. Ladies and gentlemen, over here, Tuja Takala, road manager. Great. And she has an assistant back here, Kate Shee. She take a bow, Kate. Yeah, there you go. Take a bow. There you go. And yeah, how we doing?
We're doing all right.
Okay, we're going to do another West. We're getting requests for some songs by Jack Brooks. I know that Joe Nerve loves Jack. You never met him, which is probably why he really loves Jack. No, I shouldn't. That's terrible, Corky. I never said that. Okay, these guys were fucking nuts. I'm kidding. I never said that either. Point is, shit, we're recording this, aren't we? Thank you very much, Josh. This will put me away for a while. You know, I got to tell you, quickly, folks. I feel like Biden. Folks, here's the deal. It was amazing. All right, my life, amazing. Hoping your life is half as good as my life, and if it's more good, great. But life is really good, especially when you're playing with these guys over here. You forget about any troubles in the world. Yeah, and I mean it, and I know I joke around a lot, but in any case, West Bruce and Lang was a lot of fun, and Why Don't You is a song that makes absolutely no sense. I wrote the lyric for this. I'll tell you what happened. We had a field. We got on the stage. I listened. Go write a lyric. I said, I'm not Cork. What? Go write a freaking lyric. So I go to Jack and I said, Jack, you want to write the lyric? No, man. You write the fucking lyrics, man. I'm not writing no. I don't know what to say. Anyway, so I wrote a song. Lot of heavy meaning. Why don't you? Right? Come on, man. Why don't you? I mean, think of what that means. I think they're thinking about it. Go ahead, start it. All right, here we go. You guys are great. You're great. Why don't you come to my place? I'll put a smile on your face. Leaving behind, you know he ain't your kind. Why don't you leave him alone? You know he ain't no joke, baby. Why don't you say, why don't you? Here we go. Since you left me, my heart's been down in the street, and my soul sinking to my feet. Why don't you, baby, come to my place? I'll put a smile on your face. I bet you, baby, you leave him alone, baby. He ain't your kind, he ain't your kind, he ain't your kind. Well, there's something going on with you somehow, and I know what I'm going to do anyhow, baby. Something going on with you, baby. I know what you're trying to hide. I tell you. All right, Joe. Little bass, get on the bottom. Come on, make us dizzy, baby. Louder, baby. Yeah, you take it. Yeah. Take it home. Why don't you, honey? It's time to pay. Now won't you die, baby? You're taking your place. You know, he ain't your kind. Just leave him alone, leave him behind. You know, I love you, baby. You're there to take. Come on, right, baby. Oh. That's it, all right. This is going to be fun. All right, you ready for this? Hey? All right. 1, 2, 3.
Mississippi Queen, do you know what I mean? Mississippi Queen, she taught me everything. Way down around Vicksburg, round Louisiana way. In a Cajun lady was a Mississippi Queen. She thought she was a dancer. She moved in her own way. I reckon them dudes wasn't getting their kick. I bet you pardon, I was getting mine. Mississippi Queen, do you know what I mean? Mississippi Queen, she taught me everything. The lady she asked me if I would be a man. You know what I told her, and I do what I can to keep her living there. I buy the dresses that shine. Reckon them dudes was a spending their pay. I beg your pardon, I was getting Mississippi Queen, do you know what I mean? Mississippi Queen, she taught me everything. The lady she asked me if I would be a man. You know that I told her, and I do what I can to keep her living with her.
The rest of them dudes was making their play. Wanna go? Wanna go? Go, 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 go. Oh, Mississippi! Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It seems to be that time of night to say goodnight. And I want to tell you, I want to thank you very much for coming here tonight. It's great. You guys have been a great audience. Yeah. I want to thank Josh and Mike. Yeah. And Hudson over there. And the guys, the crew was a great crew here. Okay, and just for that, I know you want this. You want this band. I know. You want the cowbell solo, right? You want the cowbell solo? Come on, you want it? Tell me. You want the cowbell solo? I know. Here we go. The two. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, good night from the band. Ken on keyboards. Ken playing, Kenny. Yeah. And on bass, Joe Nerve. Hey, Joe. You had your chance. On guitar and vocals, ladies, Peter Barrett. Sun is shining on my world. Sun is in my shoes. While I'm passing through the Hamptons, it's time to spend with you. I want to wrap my dreams in silver paper, give them all to you. You're going to use them on some rainy morning. I'll tell you what to do. Okay, that's it. I'm going to my drum. Life is like a raging river when you're by my side. I wake up in the early morning feeling satisfied. Gonna wrap my dreams in silver paper, give them all to you. Use them on summer rainy morning. I'll tell you what to do. Open your heart, let the sun shine in. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, after we're going to close it up, we're going to be over at the merch table. We're going to be signing some merch. Just so you know, we're giving a lot away because we're going to Europe at the end of the month for 6 weeks, and we want to get it. We don't want to bring it with us. We want to sell it to you. Anyway, so take care of it over there. We'll meet you over there after the show. Okay, right now, we're going to finish off Silver Paper. Open your heart. Open your heart. Let the sun shine in. Open your your heart. Let the sun shine in. Oh yeah, open your heart. Let the sun shine in. Everybody, open your heart. Let the sun shine. Open your heart. Let the sun shine in. Open your heart. Let the sun shine in. Open your heart. Guitar, 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 guitar. All right, good night, everybody. We'll see you at the merch table.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm going to go to the desk, okay?